Hello and welcome to the end of the day video, December the 28th, 2018. My name is Derek. All bets, trades of the like. Within owns each risk and their own reward. All right then, let's take a look at Bitcoin. The only altcoin I'm going to talk about after that is Theta. There really isn't anything more to talk about. Litecoin and Ethereum, but I already did a video on that recently. I probably won't need to do one on that coin until Saturday, which is on my end another 108 minutes to go. Bitcoin on the daily chart having a nice move from the 18 lows to the 18 average of highs. 4-hour chart, you can see I was talking about that failed breakdown, fast move higher. So this thing almost looks poised to get going. And when you have a spot like this, I would be very shocked. I can't say shocked. I think it's very high probability that a move going forward like this in a positive upward direction will blast through this area. Maybe you find a little bit of resistance, but I do think that this is ready for full conviction. Up to test up towards 5,000, 48.48 is a key Fibonacci level. Single hour time frame. We can see how it had this little move higher, the big move, and it worked its way, grinding to a nice leg higher, especially this candle here. Since then, a correction via that of the time horizon. Okay, so everything's looking fine and dandy right now. The market's going to do what it's going to do. Let's talk about Theta. And one of the things I've talked about before is if I miss a buy or a sell order marginally, and I kind of did here at 12.49 when low hit 12.52, is that I recommend moving it to one of two places. Either rising it above previous high, or low rather in this case, or lowering it significantly. So in this case, if I got a buy order here, I'm going to want to move it to around here, which obviously would have been a hit, or maybe somewhere down here a little further. And I chose a little bit further when I was deciding what to do around this time frame here. Oh well, that'll happen. However, as far as the market's concerned, this is where it gets exciting, because you have the beautiful rally that has its correction. You go up, you got to have this move down. People are going to notice that they are able to sell for profits, and they're going to take it. Once the supply of people runs low, and there's still a demand for people wanting to get in, then there's going to be no choice for, of course, the market to go up. And now looking at this first on a short-term time frame, we can see here that after this level of resistance has been established, it's already taken that part out. Looking more long-term, 4-hour time frame, using this move that it had, that last pretty good move, came back deep to where it came from, but obviously didn't break below for a leg lower. And now this move is holding within the 18 and breaking out of such. So if I have this high quickly come back and break out again, then there could be some possible serious damage within this market, as we've already seen the potential for massive gains. So if it gets above, not going to say, oh, it's definitely going to go to 3,000 or even higher soon thereafter the fact, but it's not a big surprise if such an event like that comes into place. That will be it for cryptos. I'm now going to follow on with a hockey analysis that will be continuing on. So those tuning out, thank you for watching the video. And now let's talk about tonight's games and tomorrow's games. And tonight my record was 1-1, as I won with the Islanders, losing with the Florida Panthers. And I also added because I was watching it live, the Leafs to score first in the third period, so I went 2-1. So a profitable night there. And at 9:22 a.m., I put a wager on Switzerland laying 2 goals, and it was minus 104. At 10:04 p.m., I put the same wager in, but it was now up to minus 129. Good thing this wager is higher than that one. This is a small account size, and I'm betting 100% of my bankroll on this site with these two bets. Now, I had a bet minus 1.5 for the Islanders that won, so the payout of that is now at this price. But It's already moved from minus 104 to minus 129. So people are seeing what I'm seing. I very highly doubt that my video, which gets 10, 12 views, 15 views, and then a small percentage of those people even playing these games, I don't know what it would be, but I don't think that's going to be moving the line. On another site, I bet laying 3.5 goals at plus 238. That line is now plus 189. I bet both teams to score at plus 504. That is plus 449 now. So that is where I'll be playing. Now, for the other games, a lot of it is going to be line dependent that I'm going to see in the morning. So check the crypto day morning for the Saturday morning picks. There's afternoon picks, the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock games. I pretty much have my analysis done and expect a goal and a half games to be picked on that. But what I'm doing I'm not really a trader, but a investor, I guess you can call it, is I'm going to be increasing my bankroll size, because what I was doing before was less than 1% of my crypto balance trading. So now I'm going to change that to greater than 1 and less than 2. And then before I was betting 8% per game, I'm going to bring that down to about 6.5% a game. But it's going to be better than double the bankroll size, because I'm very confident in my strategy. I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose with this. And I'm going to share the results as I move forward. Put the results in a spreadsheet. Now, I can't guarantee every play, because tonight it was the end of the second period and I was looking at Garrett Sparks' play, and it was fantastic, and he has been consistently inconsistent this year. So therefore, I was able to see he was in the zone playing well, and it worked out well. A couple big saves he made in the third period, and even good defense by Toronto to stop them from scoring, and Toronto did score first in the third. So I went 2-1 on that night, so that's nice to have. And there's a lot of games tomorrow. I've even looked at other leagues. In the NHL, the average win by the home team is they win 65% of the games. Home teams by 2 goals or more, where road teams only 50%. Average scores, totals in a game, 6.1. American Hockey League, 6.3. Russian Hockey League, 5. Ontario Hockey League, 7.25 goals. But home teams are winning big. And when I'm looking at historical hockey analysis, if the game gets open, it's only going to continue to get higher. That 65% can only grow higher, or at least stabilize at that number. And if it stays in there, then the playing of those plays, and there's a nice big underdog that I like tomorrow, home underdog, and I'm going to be laying the goal and a half on them. It's, to me, a beautiful strategy to be able to do. And so anyway, I'm going to be most likely playing a lot more games because of that fact. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. There'll be a lot more information going on. It's either going to win or it's going to lose, or it's going to break even, because markets go up, markets don't go down, or markets go sideways. It's a very volatile game. The variance is very interesting. You're going to have hot streaks, you're going to have cold streaks. And then you have to not only live with it, but how are you going to handle, adjust, and work within it when the good and the bad comes. And by going through this on a day-by-day, like a soap opera vlog-style basis, I can talk about those streaks as they occur. But again, I'm going to start... everything from now has pretty much been preseason betting for me. Betting, we'll say lower amounts, because I'm going to be doubling my bets starting tomorrow. And thank you for tuning in. And yeah, also, by the way... I'm mainly going to be focusing on pro hockey like this, but I also have a couple people that I do follow and I do take very seriously. And when they get information in sports like college basketball or Major League Baseball that I really am not watching or following or understanding of, then I'll go with them because of how smart I know they are. People like Teddy Covers and some others. But thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.